So we are on 5.7 and we started discussing this yesterday. We're done with example number 1. But as I recall, we have to identify the extrema. Right here, this is the extrema for this one. We have this as relative maximum, right? So relative maximum where f prime of x is equal to 0. So this means under this, the f double prime should be less than 0. Okay? So f double prime is less than 0. So we say concavity of this is concave down, right? So concave down. Now on the other hand, with this particular extrema, this is minimum, right? Again, right here, this is max, relative max, while here is relative mean, where the f prime of x is equal to 0. F prime of x is equal to 0. And then we have the f double prime, since the concavity is up. So f double prime right here of x must be greater than 0. Okay? And then concavity is up. So concave up. Okay. Now, for the second derivative test, so this is our guide. When you have the problem, take the first derivative of the problem. Okay? First derivative of the function. After taking the first derivative, you're gonna equate into 0. Okay? What's next after equating into 0? We're gonna have to take the critical points. After taking the critical points, what to do next?
Find the second derivative.
You're gonna have to find the second derivative, and then after taking the second derivative, what to do now?
Plug in the critical points.
You plug in the critical points, and then we can see whether it is
Greater than 0 or less than 0.
okay. So we can say relative mean or relative max. Okay, so we're done with problem number 1 yesterday. So we go now on problem number 2. Problem number 2 is trigonometric function. Okay. So first, we take the first derivative of this function. So we have f of x is equal to square root of 2. That is the coefficient of variable x, and minus cosine 2 cosine x. Okay, so we know that the first derivative would be f prime of x is equal to the derivative of square root of 2x is square root of 2. Okay. And then we have minus 2, and then derivative of cosine is negative sine, right? So negative sine. So negative sine x. So simplifying this, we're gonna have f prime of x is equal to square root of 2 plus 2 sine x. Any question on this? So what to do next?
Equal to 0.
We're gonna equate into 0. So this means 0 is equal to square root of 2 plus 2 sine x. And what's next, guys? What to do with this square root of 2? We subtract both sides, right? Or simply move square root of 2 to the left side. And what happens to square root of 2? This turns to negative square root of 2. Okay, so negative square root of 2 is equal to 2 sine x. What's next?
Divide by 2.
We divide both sides by 2, so this means negative square root of 2 over 2 is equal to sine x. Now, which implies that at what value or pi radian is sine equal to negative square root of 2 over 2. Okay, so we're gonna have this one, sine.
Power 6.
Okay, I'd like you to look at and identify the sine negative square root of 2 over 2. Is it at 5 pi over 4?
Yeah.
So this means x is equal to 5 pi over 4. What else?
Pi over 4.
It's gonna be
7 pi over
7 pi over 4. Okay, 7 pi over 4. So these are the what?
critical points.
The critical points. So we're done with critical points. What's next step, guys?
Take
Take
the second
The
derivative.
second derivative. Okay, so we're gonna take the second derivative of this one. Okay, so meaning f double prime of x. So derivative of square root of 2 is 0 because this is constant, right?
Yeah.
So for the sake of discussion, I'll just write 0 first. Or do I need to write?
No.
No need. Okay. How about this one? Derivative of sine is going to be cosine.
2 cosine.
Okay? You get me? So 2 cosine x. And what to do now?
Plug in the critical
We're gonna
points.
plug in the critical points. So f double prime, right? Of the first critical point is 5 pi over
4.
4. So 5 pi over 4, which means 2 cosine 5 pi over 4. Get me, guys? But what is cosine 5 pi over 4? Negative, right? Both are negative. Sine and cosine. 5 pi over 4. Here. So which means, simplifying this, we're gonna have 2 times negative square root of 2 over 2. What cancels out, guys? 2 cancels out, right? Okay, so which means f double prime of 5 pi over 4. This is 5 pi. Why I wrote 54. I'm sorry, guys. This is 5 pi over 4 is equal to negative square root of 2. But what is negative square root of 2? It's gonna be less than 0. Am I right, guys? So less than 0. So I'm using red color that this is less than 0. Next, what to do next? Plug in
7 pi over 4.
the 7 pi over 4. So f double prime of 7 pi over 4 is equal to 2 cosine 7 pi over 4. 7 pi over 4. But what is 7 pi over 4? Cosine.
2
It's
squared.
going to be positive, right? square root of
Yeah,
2 over
yeah.
2. So implies now 2 times square root of 2 over 2. So 2 cancels out. So it's going to be square root of 2. And what is that square root of 2?
Positive.
It's going to be greater than
0.
0. Okay. Now, how many critical points do we have?
2.
2 critical points. So, therefore, what does this imply? This one is less than 0. What kind of relative is that?
Maximum.
Maximum. Okay? So, can you write down now the justification? Relative mean at the value of x equals
Negative.
5 pi over 4 for f prime, right?
Yeah.
Okay? So, we say now, min or max?
Max.
Max, okay. So, we say relative maximum at
X
x equals
5 pi over 4.
5 pi over 4
Because
so 5 pi over 4 because what is happening in the f prime?
f prime of
Because f prime of
5 pi over 4
5 pi over 4
equals 0.
equals 0. Very good. Equals 0. And what else?
F double prime.
And f double prime. And f double prime of 5 pi over 4
is less than 0.
is less than 0. This is how you justify your answer. Okay? Are we done with the justification?
Yes.
Yes, no?
Yes.
Not yet.
Ah, gosh darn it.
What about this one? We're gonna justify this. Can I use green color for the second justification?
Yes.
So how we justify this one? This is what?
Relative min.
Relative max or mean?
Min.
Minimum. So relative mean at
X equals
x is equal to
7 pi over
7 pi over 4. Then because
F prime
so because f prime of
7 pi
7 pi
over 4
over 4
equals 0.
equals 0, and what's the next one?
F double prime.
F double prime of 7
7
pi over 4
is greater than 0.
is
Greater
greater than 0. This is how you justify your answer. In the actual AP exam, this falls on free response question. Okay? Free response question. You're gonna have to justify. Mention first what kind of extrema, whether it is relative max or relative mean. Then at the value of x. The value of x is the critical point, right? Are the critical points. And then mention now f prime of the critical point must be equal to
0.
0. Then right now because you have to reason out because
F double prime.
okay I mean you have to reason out because f prime of the critical point is 0 and f double prime
is
of a particular critical point is either less than or
Greater than.
equal to, or less than or
greater than.
Okay, any question, guys?
No.
On problem number 2? Okay,